Is your baby getting bigger and bigger and you're realizing, I've never even read a book to my baby? Don't panic, I've got all the information you need right here. Hello, I'm Cassie from Custom Built Parenthood with tips and a fresh perspective to create your space, parent on purpose, and streamline your home. Today we're talking about how to read to a baby and why to read to babies. I'm even going to help you out with some books to buy for a baby. I'm going to be answering the why, when, what, and how about reading to babies. And then stick around to the end. I'm going to have 3 extra tips for you of practical, helpful ways to read to babies. So first, let's talk about why to read to babies. Plenty of studies have shown the benefits on a child's language, literacy, and relationships from being read to aloud. These benefits are only growing when you're starting in infancy. So reading to your babies is establishing a joy of learning, a love of books, and great parent-child relationships. And this all leads to later success in life. Reading to babies exposes them to language. This is what's going to help them learn to speak. All this exposure to different words, the fun pictures, the whole experience is great exposure for your baby. Also, your parent-child relationship will drastically be improved. This one-on-one connection with your child, allowing them to come and cuddle in your lap, read with you, it all is so positive. Incorporating books into a bedtime or a nighttime routine or at some specific time of the day gives your baby that to count on. You and them can look forward to that time of your undivided attention, that one-on-one connection with you, and win-win, it will actually help wind them down before bed and help them sleep better. So next, let's talk about when to read to babies. From day one, your baby will benefit from being read to aloud. Is that entirely practical? Not so much, for me anyway. My newborns don't get read to aloud, I'm just gonna be honest. We're doing feedings, we're doing sleeping, diaper changing, all of those newborn tasks, but we're not doing any reading. Once my babies turn about 3 to 4 months old though, to me that's the natural transition from newborn to baby. It feels like they're so much bigger. They're ready for their own crib, they're ready for their own room. For me personally, the 3 to 4 month age is where everything kind of transitions. We're starting our sleep training, we're starting our routines, and books are part of that. We are starting to build books into that routine. Do whatever works for you. If you want to do it from day one, awesome. There are no bad things about doing that. But if you're too overwhelmed during that newborn stage, absolutely don't worry about it. Just start it when you're ready. It doesn't matter when you read to your baby as far as time of day goes. It just matters that you're doing it every single day. So make it consistent by attaching it to something you're already doing. That's the way to form a new habit. Attach it to something that's already happening every single day, and then you don't have to worry about forgetting about it. Bedtime is a great time to do this, or anything else you do every day. Brushing teeth, eating a meal, anything. Attach it to that, and then just follow through and be consistent. Next, let's talk about what to read to babies. Hands down, board books are the way to go. Your baby can play with these without you stressing and being concerned about them ripping out pages or it being a choking hazard because the paper is going to dissolve in their mouth. Go with board books. Colorful, sturdy books are what you're looking for. Indestructible books are another great option. These are special paper that your baby can play with and it won't be ripped or ruined with water. So this gives the baby an opportunity to kind of get a hold of paper without the stress that comes along with it. They will look pretty hammered. This is my book after about 4 years of use, but it still is working just fine and my baby does enjoy reading through it. My last little tidbit for you is that any picture book can actually be made into board book format, meaning not all board books are made for babies. Some are for much older children. You'll be using board books until about age 3, so a lot of the board books have quite a few words. It's totally fine. You can still use these books and just flip through the pictures and enjoy them, but if you're looking for books that you're actually going to read, look for really simple, short books that your baby can sit through and that you'll enjoy reading to your really little baby. Some of our favorites are touchy-feely books. Babies love to feel all those different textures. Oh yeah, it's rough. That's not my lion's tail, it's too fluffy. That's not my lion's teeth are too shiny. Its tail is too fluffy. Fluffy. Is it soft? Soft and fluffy. That's my lion. Its mane is so shaggy. soft. Lift the Flaps books can usually be appreciated by a 12-month-old. Those are super duper fun. No eggs here. Oh dear. So he went to the stable and asked the horse. Oh, kisses for the horse. No eggs here. Oh dear. Yeah, is it a nice horse? So when it comes to how to read to babies, there really is no right or wrong. If you're enjoying it and your baby's enjoying it, you're doing it right. A couple extra tips though are to use emotion. Read like you would want somebody to read to you. Let your tone of voice reflect what's happening in the pictures. Raise your voice, lower your voice, make it faster, make it slower. Just change it up and use emotion so it's interesting and fun. My next tip is to avoid turning reading time into learning time. There's totally a time and a place for the books that are just having like colors and numbers. But if they're not a fun story that's really fun to your baby, save those for another time. Have story time be exactly that, story time. Have it be fun connection, not quizzing and kind of drilling things in. Have it just be a positive experience for both of you. Once your child is old enough, probably around 12 months old, let them be in charge of reading time. So let them choose the book, let them turn the pages, let them drive essentially. Let them determine the speed. If they're going fast, read fast. If they're turning backwards, read backwards. Just time, fun, love, connection. That's what this is all about. Let them be in charge so that neither one of you dreads or avoids reading books. If you're constantly fighting them on it, it's not going to be a positive experience. Since you want books to be a positive experience, there is no point in ever forcing your child to read with you. If you sit down with them and start reading and they're sliding off your lap, or they're pushing the book away, or they're looking away, just stop reading. Move on. It's not something that's worth forcing or pushing. There will come a time when their attention span will grow, they'll be able to sit through more of a book, but in the meantime, just have it be positive so that they want to keep coming back to it. Now for a few practical and helpful tips when it comes to reading to babies. Number one is put their books in a convenient location. You want it to be on their level so that they can get to it at any point. You also want it to be convenient for you. So maybe by their jammies is where their books should go, so that after you put them in their jammies, it's really easy to read a book to them before bed. Make it easy for both of you. And then also allow your child to interact with those books all throughout the day. Don't have it be any precious, no, don't touch that type of situations. You want all of the books to be baby friendly and fair game. We teach definitely our kids to be respectful with their books, but they are certainly allowed to pull them all out of their shelves, load them into their little shopping cart, make a long train on the floor, use them to stand their animals on. Any way they want, they're allowed to interact with those books, and that's what you want to encourage for your baby as well. With that in mind, that would be a good reason to only have books available that they can do that with. So no regular books, no books that you're feeling precious about. And then that's also a reason to not have too many books out so that you will have a big mess to clean up. Only have the number of books out that you're more than willing to clean up multiple times a day. Number two is your baby will show you through their actions if they're enjoying a book. If they're looking away, if they're pushing the book away, or if they're trying to slide off your lap, or if over and over again this one particular book, they're just never into it, go ahead and donate it, let someone else enjoy it. Or if there's a book that you honestly just don't enjoy reading, go ahead and let that go as well. Only keep your favorites so that all of the options are great options and options that everybody wants to read. Also allow your baby to gravitate toward a favorite book. They're probably going to pick the same ones over and over and over. Let them do that. That repetition is good for them. Even if you're reading it the 100th time, just decide to enjoy it because they're enjoying it. Let them choose whichever ones they want and say yes to any one they bring to you. Number three is, as great as books are, I only ever allow my baby to choose one book before bed. This is honestly an investment for the future. As my child grows up, as their books get longer, as bedtime gets longer, it's been established from the beginning they only ever get one bedtime story. It just prevents any problem, any battle, any fighting right before bed because I've always only said one book. Even though they're really short now, the books get longer as your child grows up. So I found it really helpful. One book before bed from the beginning. Obviously, anytime throughout the day, they're welcome to bring me as many books as they want and I will read as many as I can. But before bed, there is just time for one book. So that's all I've got on reading to babies. It is such an enjoyable activity for you and your baby, and there will be so many benefits. If you're new to this whole thing, don't feel guilty. If you've got a toddler or even a child that you've never really read aloud to, start today. It's never too late. Your child will experience those benefits regardless of their age. So start today. Incorporate it into your routine. Let me know in the comments below your very favorite board books. I want to know what your baby is enjoying or what you're enjoying. Let me know so I can add it to my collection. Happy reading, and we will see you next time.